Hello, my friends who proudly identify with Zimbabwe and its culture, either proudly identifying with it in terms of wanting one day to go and visit and have a taste of it, have a feel of it, an experience of it, or perhaps actually having gone there and had a flavor of it, or perhaps regularly going there. Perhaps you actually live there, or you have a patch there that's your own, and you from time to time go over. But remember, there is that focus that I said I have on those who have been unfortunate not to have experienced Zimbabwean culture from early on in their lives, but would want one day to go and experience it. Or they don't think about it today, but one day it might happen that they go there. So today's topic, as we continue on that theme of our Zimbabwean cultural identity, Zimbabwean identity. So today's topic is kinship. Kinship. But before I embark on talking about kinship, I just would like to recap on what I talked to you about in the last episode. In the last episode, I was talking about the wider use of those two words, Baba and Amai. Remember, the word Baba is for your father. The word Amai is for your mother. They are the words that you use to address your father and to address your mother. Now, in the last video, I explained that those two words are also used on the wider scale, wider plane, to refer to any adult who is older than your father. You refer to them as Baba. And perhaps it also includes any adult who is married. Any adult who is married, you call Baba. Of course, if they are much, much older than your father's generation or your own generation, you would use a different word for him. And when it comes to women as well, any woman who is who has a child, who is married, who has a child or who is married, is around the age of your mother or above the age of your mother, but is not yet of that level to be called a grandmother. That woman you address as Amai. When you do that, that person respects you. That person appreciates you because they feel you are well brought up. You've got proper manners. Now, back to kinship. Zimbabwean culture places great importance on kinship. Kinship refers to that connection between people. It's usually it's usually used to refer to blood relationships. But as we go along, you will notice that within the Shona culture, it goes even beyond blood relationships. But for now, we are going to be talking of it in terms of blood relationships. Now, when you refer to people to whom you are related by blood or by marriage, there are certain words that are used that refer to each particular person in terms of their status and how they relate to you. So, if we start off, for instance, the parents of your own parents. So, your father's father, in addressing your father's father, you use the word vasekuru. You use the word vasekuru to address your father's father. You use that same word to also address your mother's mother. So your grandfathers, paternal and maternal, you use that same word vasekuru. Notice the occurrence of that prefix va, vasekuru. Attaching that or placing that prefix at the beginning means the person you are referring to is at a level that is much higher, a level of dignity and respect. Vasekuru. Now, when you are referring to the mothers of your father and your mother, so your grandmothers, you use the term ambuya. Ambuya. So when you are addressing your grandmothers, you use that term ambuya. We move on to your brother's siblings. Now, any older brother to your father, they are your uncles, your male, the male siblings of your father are your uncles. Now, any of your uncles that is older than your father, you address them by the term babamukuru. Babamkuru, you use the term babamkuru to address that older brother to your father. Some people shorten that word into bamkuru. That's the contracted form of the same word, bamkuru. When it comes to the younger brother or brothers of your father, you address any of them with the term babamdiki. Babamdiki. So you notice babamukuru for the older brother of your father. Mukuru, it refers to senior, older. That denotes a senior or older. Now, babamdiki for your father's younger brother. Mudiki denotes junior. But both have baba at the beginning. So, babamkuru for your father's older brother, babamdiki for your father's younger brother. Calling them babamkuru and babamdiki means that they have similar authority over you to your father. They have your father's authority, and especially when your father is absent, they can make the decisions that your father would otherwise make over you. Recommendations or even impose sanctions on you that your father would otherwise impose on you. They have a similar authority to that of your father. Babamkuru, babamdiki. We move on to your mother's siblings, mother's male siblings. Your mother's male siblings are addressed by the term sekuru. Sekuru. So your mother's brother, you refer to them as sekuru. Notice it's different from la sekuru. It's now just sekuru. That means you respect him, but he is at a lower rank of dignity or authority than la sekuru. So we use sekuru for your mother's brother. Now we come back to your father. When we refer, we are addressing your father's sisters. Your father's sisters. We use the word latete. Latete. It doesn't matter whether it's junior sister or a senior sister to your father. It's latete for either. When it comes to your mother's female siblings, we use the term amai guru for that sister of your mother who is older than her. So your mother's senior female sibling, you call amai guru, amai guru. Here again, there is that denotation of amai. The concept of amai is included in it. Amai, guru. Guru means senior, denotes senior. And the younger sister of your mother is amai nini. Nini means or denotes junior, but they both include that concept of amai in it. So just like your father's brothers, your mother's sisters have similar authority to that of your own mother. In the absence of your mother, her sisters have that authority to speak on behalf of your mother and can make recommendations or make decisions, as well as even impose sanctions which otherwise your own very mother would impose on you. Just coming back to your mother, your father's younger brothers, there is a contracted form for babamdiki, which is bamdiki. And also, there is a variation when you go to especially the Karanga section of Shona society. The word for father's younger brother is bamnini. That's the contracted form. The full form is babamnini. Babamnini. So I will end at that point for today. That's enough for today's session. So that's a flavor of those terms that are used for people in those categories I have highlighted. Thank you very much for your attention, for good learning, and keep up with your enthusiasm for Zimbabwean culture. Proudly Zimbabwean. Bye.